When we were still in each other's lives, she gave me a book to read. After, she asked for it back. When we were still in each other's lives, she also gave me COVID. She was my closest friend in town for the past 5 years or so. I spent more time with her than anyone else except for my kids. We were friends, not lovers, but very close. She took out my heart and stomped on it and walked away. I'm one of those guys, I need to deal with a problem, I research the hell out of it. Pour over all the books and blogs and podcasts, the courses and the videos. In this way, I've become an expert on more than one topic. And when it comes to heartbreak, well, I've also had some real-world experience. I know from all that experience and all that research, there are 6 rules for dealing with heartbreak. These rules apply if you desperately want to salvage the relationship, and they apply if you would just assume the other person fell off the face of the earth. In both cases, these are the best ways to recover, even when you feel like the hurt will never end. First rule, 30 days no contact, to the extent that that's at all possible. When I went through my divorce over a dozen years ago, that was impossible because we had to be good co-parents for our kids, and that meant keeping the lines of communication active at all times. Even so, to whatever extent it's possible, no contact for 30 days. Do they have a special ringtone or text tone on your phone? Change it to silence. Maybe even change their name in your contacts list to Let It Go. Are you Facebook friends? You don't have to block them, but unfollow. Don't post anything on any social media to them, for them, or about them. Don't tweet them. Don't Instagram them. No more funny cat videos. Radio silence. Do they still have your favorite sweater? Bummer. Wait 30 days. If they reach out to you, respond if you must, but don't engage. They demand their sweater back? Find a way to get it to them, but really try not to engage. Every time I've failed at this, I've regretted it. It's difficult. Don't beat yourself up if you can't do it. But if you want them back, the cooling off period will keep either of you from saying anything that can't be taken back, and it will clearly establish that you are not needy. There's nothing attractive about being needy. If you want them completely gone and just want to recover, well, may as well remove them from your life sooner rather than later. 30-day no contact is brutal, but it's also not enough. There's still 5 more rules. Rule number 2, take care of yourself. Sleep, eat, but no more than usual. Take your meds, take your showers, exercise. Don't drink or take drugs any more than usual. When I'm dealing with heartbreak, I completely lose my appetite. The way my body responds when I go for long periods without food is that it rewires itself to seek out and retain more food than it needs. Don't let this happen to you, okay? When you're experiencing grief, this step is super hard, but it's vital. The next step, though, makes things a little easier. Rule number 3, get distracted. Do things. Go outside for a walk. In the early days of my recent breakup, I worked on a very large jigsaw puzzle. It engages the brain in a way that makes it harder to wallow. I even experiment a little bit with stop-action photography. Do what recharges your battery. Spend time with friends or going to museums alone or whatever. It may all feel lifeless and flat, but you'll heal faster if you stay connected to your world. The next rule may seem to contradict this rule, but it's equally vital. Be creative. Get it out. Paint your breakup. Write a song. Write a story. Journal. You need to process this. You need to grieve it. Distraction gives you much needed relief, but you do need to process the heartbreak, and the healthiest way to do that is push it out through your creative filters. Dwelling on it doesn't help you to digest it. It doesn't reveal anything. Writing about it, or sculpting about it, or painting about it reveals a lot. Okay, these last couple rules help to weaken the pain, but we've still got 2 more to go, and the next rule requires you to resist every instinct in your being. You may find it helpful to vent, but do not poison the well. No trash talking to mutual friends. No screaming from the rooftops about what a totally useless human being your ex is. You might think it will make you feel better, and possibly it might in the moment. But in the long run, the blowback will burn you in ways that will absolutely prevent you from healing. But still, you need to talk it out. It's part of processing. Choose confidants who are not mutual friends. Tell your friend from out of town who will never meet your ex. Tell your therapist. Tell your journal. Tell your pillow. If you think you want your ex back in your life, bad-mouthing them to your mutual friends will burn bridges and make for a truly strained reconciliation. And if you don't ever want to see your ex again, Don't send out waves of anger via your mutual friends that will simply gather strength as your ex responds by making them worse and sending them crashing back to you. Rule number 6 sets the stage for your life on the other side. Work on yourself. Did you contribute to the breakup? We all have character traits that can be simultaneously good in some situations and bad in others. Figure out what traits or habits or beliefs contributed to this problem so that you are more likely to go the distance in your other and future relationships. Or maybe the breakup wasn't because of you. Maybe your ex was a narcissist or abusive or a needy energy vampire. Even so, what can you learn from this? How can you spot the signs and avoid getting into this situation again? Of course, Rule 6 assumes that your breakup was not entirely the result of outside forces, like they had to move away, or genetics test reveals that you're both actually related. So yeah, in some rare cases, there's really nothing to do, but in most cases, there's work to be done. If you want to get back together with your ex, doing the work will strengthen your relationship going forward. And if you don't want to get back together, doing the work here will keep you from repeating the situation down the road. Rule 6 has a corollary. Do not get back together unless your ex has also done the work. Great. 6 rules. You follow them as best you can. Maybe not perfectly, but still, you do the best you can. Let's talk about what this gets you. It improves the odds of reconciliation, if that was ever a possibility in the first place. You'll be in better condition for your existing and future relationships. And most importantly, you will be okay. See you on the other side.